tackle. That was a fine tackle.
Not a very positive offer.
We're going to spend a day with this guy's swing. You're going to spend a day following me around. I've got a lot to do. I've got lots of club testing to do. Got to go to the tip. Got to make my coffee. Reach out and touch flame. Today's swing, it's a young player with a very good powerful action. Some points that we're going to think about through the day. Good posture, good setup. Lots of good movements moving into the backswing, like what's going on. He gets what people would call laid off. Very Fitzpatrick that. Don't see problems there. Then it's the big dip and then push up through impact. Let's talk about what those kind of elements could do for anyone's swing, yours is included, and maybe some ideas of what might help you become a better golfer. Who's being in the way? That's a lovely flight. Editing. Right, this boy is charged. This box is going to be tested. Got some other testing to get in and do as well. Let's get stuck in, as someone says. Right, I'm off to the tip. Exciting. I've got clubs in the back that I'm going to test as well. So this young man's swing looks good. Now the first thing, the laid off action that people call at the top of the backswing, like I say, it doesn't bother me at all. He looks very functional and looks like a good player. It's something that is cosmetically desirable to fix for lots of people and even coaches, but something that I won't see a problem. I'll see with that amount of laid off action if people start getting the hand path and club path very confused, causing kind of what people would hit out to win numbers. Then I've looked at fixing it, but I think for this guy, I don't see a problem. He's functional, and like I say, if you look at someone like Fitzpatrick's swing, top of his backswing, very similar, and we're talking about a world-class player. Right, tip ticked. You had a problem with the tip at lunchtime when I've not had any breakfast. Yep, can I have a large quarter pounder with cheese meal with a water, please? That water will offset all that fat. Glad I got that water. Right, we've arrived, Clifton Hill Golf Range. Let's get tested. There we go, back. Oh, hello. There we go. Back from testing. That was fun. We were testing this old dog up against things. Videos coming soon. On course testing as well to do with that yet, but the videos will post soon. Let's answer your questions.
What do you think of my new golf top?
Yeah, looks cool, bruh. Mark's asking me on Twitter. He's saying, hey, Full Golf Online, always been a ping player and now deciding between ping eye or apex. I'm an 8 handicapper, thoughts, thanks. I'm going to test them both. You might want to wait with the one of those clubs is changing very soon. So maybe wait a week or two. Aaron says, start your swing at impact position. Impact job from my coach. What do you think? I think with any drills, you've got to give it a go and see if it helps. To me, it looks a little bit wooden. I'm not a massive fan of drills. I don't think there is a solution apart from the answer. I actually don't know what you're trying to fix as well. Maybe find out what that's trying to fix and have a few goes. Give them time though.
Hi Mark, Happy New Year. I've just got back from my best ever round of 75, thanks to all your advice on the videos.
Good stuff, right?
My question is, you are very much a functional golf coach, not getting bogged down in mechanics and various complex parts of the swing, etc, etc. So I just wonder what your top 3 tips are for helping handicapped golfers shave shots. We'd love to get those handicaps down a bit quicker, and we're all guilty of getting bogged down in many different things on YouTube. So what are your top 3 things to help handicapped golfers improve their scores in 2017. Keep up the good work.
My top 3 tips for getting better. First things out, I'm a very technical coach. Actually, what's interesting though is that I try and deliver to the masses, if you like, in a very untechnical way as much as possible. So it's interesting that you say that about my coaching. I think by going so deep down the tech hole and the kind of understanding as much as I can about forces and torques and all those kind of things and pressures in the ground, the more I realise how simple this game is to learn if you do it the right way, and actually how often ineffectual some of the heavy tech stuff can be for a student and for golfers in getting better. It actually boils down to very kind of basic skills often. So, top 3 tips. Number 1, understand what you need to improve. That's my main one. Number 2, improve the worst aspect of your game and then move on to the next one. So once you understand what you need to improve, it'll give you kind of an array of things. Use things like Game Golf, which collects your stats, understand your game, and then try knocking off some of the big chunks, the weaker aspects. So for me, say my chipping at the moment, which is something I've worked on, not unfortunately enough recently, but had done running up towards Christmas. And when I get that to a certain level, I would move on to the next weaker side. So find out what your weaknesses is, 1. Number 2, work on them in order. Start knocking off some big chunks once you've got that understanding. Number 3, top tip as well, is work with a pro who understands your style of learning, understands how to get the most out of you. Try and seek that advice that will help you personally, you improve. May it be a technical thing, maybe a grip, maybe a hold, maybe it be working on shot shaping, maybe it working on other things. But find a pro who can give you some good lessons but works with you in a way that really connects with your brain. That'd be my kind of top 3 tips. Oh, come on! Then you got the big downward move on the downswing on this swing, so you've got that kind of real dip down into the ball. Now, I would only see that as a problem if you're struggling with your strikes. If your strikes are something you do struggle with, fins, fats, that's something that we might choose to look at. But obviously, without that information, I'll leave that up for you, the viewer, to maybe test that. You do look like you're going to be someone who hits from the inside and you're going to promote a draw. You can see that from the way you're standing, where the ball starts, and the way the club appears to come through, obviously without the data. But I'm pretty used to looking at these kind of videos and I can interpret them into the 3D world a little bit in my head. So I would ask you to challenge your skill set more. If you came for a lesson with me, obviously looking quite competent, I'd be asking you to challenge your skill set as much as possible. So the big up and down, we see that from some power hitters. I think Joe Miller's quite famous for someone who is going to be going down and up, less lateral as he hits the ball. I think I've seen traces of his from his coach who's on Twitter. I think it's Ian Cox, I think is his name. Great coach. You should follow him on Twitter, post some interesting stuff. But he is going more down and up to create power. And you've got to remember this is a junior, so power's going to be a big deal for him. He's going to want to hit those big shots. So challenge your skill sets. For me, I may be trying to get you to open up a little bit more on the downswing, see if you aim left, feel like you're swinging left. How good are you at moving the shape of that shot? You look like quite a natural drawer. I would challenge you to think, how good are you at hitting some fade shots? For you to improve that skill set, if you're good at hitting the ball very high, I reckon you launch the ball maybe up in the air quite a lot. How good are you at keeping it down? Trying to broaden that skill set. You take someone like Rory McIlroy recently, certainly last year, was looking at trying to hit more fades. Dustin Johnson went hitting fades when he won his US Open. Just improving, developing that skill set, even at that accomplished level, is a massive boost. It's not always about hitting that perfect position and getting that perfect look at all, which is what we notice when we watch better players. You can see there when I hit my chip shots, and my chip shots being some of my worst parts of my game at the minute, I hit some standard ones. They're the first ones I've hit for kind of a week or two. I hit some standard ones just to get the feel, and then I went for some high ones there at the end. I was practicing my skill set. I was practicing some technique that I'm thinking to try and improve my strike, but I was also working on my skill set, which you should definitely do every time you practice. How was clip and climb?
Good. Fun.
clip, climbs. Wait, cycle, clip, climb.
Oh, hello,
cycle.
Grot.
Hi.
How was clip and climb?
Good.
That's a great tackle.
Time to make tea. Hard to make curry without drinking one of these kids, don't you think? Right, curry made. Yummy. Turn that down so it simmers. So the moral there for me is you got to make sure that you're working on the right things. I think lots of people want to look at the prettiness of swings a bit more than the functionality.
That's a tackle.
And I just think a young person like that with the skills that he has, he needs to be working on improving those skills and not too much about technical. You'll see players like Tiger's swing evolve from his younger years to where he is now. So many people put that down to kind of technique changes, but it's also down to body changes, his life changes, everything moves around and positions will change, looks and styles will change. Work on that skill set, and most importantly, get some lessons with someone who can work with you on improving and understanding how to change those skill sets. Like I said earlier, like opening up your body, those kind of ideas to try and help you hit some different shape shots that could help you become a more skilled and accomplished golfer. Thanks for coming with me today. We're going to try and do this 5 days a week as much as I can keep up with it. So if you want to connect with me, make sure you connect in Twitter. You can send your questions just any time, but any day I'll pick up some ones as I go to try and answer. Also, you can send your swings via Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and also my golf app, which is where this one came from. It's time to go and eat some curry. Oh, come on! I do hate getting fuel. Don't you think it's one of those things that just is like, waste my life?